Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's get nailed together.
Oh my god. And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
Let's refurbish something together, shall we? Because I think, honestly, at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're not furbishing a garden, we're refurbishing it. So,
does that mean we're ripping the seams out too?
Oh my god. I mean, refurbishing things doesn't mean they have to involve seams.
I know.
But refurbishing furniture often involves reupholstering.
So
you can upholster and reupholster, but how do you furbish?
I don't know. How does one furbish? How does furbish?
The question of the day, how do furbish?
Honestly, it also sounds like something you do with a Furby.
I was gonna say, oh god, no.
It's time to furbish.
So that's everybody with all the long Furby and remade Furby culture. I'm gonna furbish now, and then you make your weird mutant Furby.
Oh my god.
Join me for my furbishing.
Honestly, yeah, if you guys want to see some wild, and I'm not even saying, shaming on people, because they look great. Some of them look amazing, other of them look goofy, that's just how it works.
It's a fascinating fandom, if you will, like craft fandom.
It's just to do with Furbies. And you just look up the Furby fandom, and they all make, long Furbies, or demented Furbies, or...
It's called odd body Furbies.
Is that
and they all fall into odd body, and the long ones are a specific type of odd body.
Oh god, I don't know. My friend is clearly looking at
But think about, I have a young relative that's very into them. So I know a little bit more about it, because I remember how I've said on this channel a few times, it's important to listen to children and take their interests seriously, because they're not just children, they're people, and it's important to take people's interests that you care about seriously.
Yeah.
So that one. But I was going to say is, unfortunately, they've already been furbished by the manufacturer, which made them into Furbies, so it's still refurbishing.
Oh, it is still refurbishing. Yep, they are refurbishing Furbies. All right, next.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it. Let's choose decoration. Why not? Because we can.
We're going to do it right in order.
Yep.
All right, wait. The sign looks good, but you know what? If you are here for the first time, and this is the episode you started on, we apologize for the confusion. Thank you for being here.
That never happens. We are not confusing.
I don't know, Luke. Is it cute enough?
What?
When
are we doing things for cute? I thought we were doing them in order not to get thrown out on the street. Bitch, get your priorities in order.
1, Lily, we understand that you like cute. We understand it's part of who you are, and it's an intrinsic piece of your personality, and it's been invalidated by people your whole life. We understand that. However, you as a professional adult woman, which is what you are, should understand that this is a time capsule, hence actually a diorama, and that a diorama is not intended to be cute unless cute is accurate.
Yes.
Again, we are going for accuracy here, because in every other place, going to former glory could be a level of achieving glory that is similar to what was before, though not identical in presentation, just a level of magnificence. And in this case, former glory means like it used to frickin' be, because it's a specific thing, where the other things were more of a conceptual idea. But when you have a chunk cut out of landscape and glued into another location, you just have to match it, my dear.
That's what we're doing. Oh, yeah. Probably not.
For you? Never!
For you, honey? No.
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 Once again, it falls to me to make things cute.
Except that we're really going for accuracy.
Yeah.
I don't actually understand this, because this really was a deliberate recreation. It's fine.
You know what would be fascinating?
What?
If Mr. Jones shows up and goes, well, it certainly is adorable, but it's completely inaccurate. 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
And you go, motherfucker! They have to censor it because, it's not a PG-13 game.
It's not even close to one, actually, which I also love, learning that you can put fuck in a PG-13 movie once.
As long as it's only once. And like everything else in there that's of adult nature, it depends on how accessible it's going to, supposed to be to the kids, and basically how quickly it's on screen.
But that's also why I think it's really funny when people basically take PG-13 movies that were huge cultural phenomenons, like Lord of the Rings, and go, where would you put in the one fuck? It's so good.
Oh my god. Since they didn't use their one fuck allotment, where would you apply the fuck? This game is called Where to Apply the Fuck.
Hey, welcome to Lily's fuck.
Oh god.
Just right there.
One fuck today. Falls to me to make things cute.
Your blessing and your curse, eh?
Well, someone's got to do it.
You're not doing me.
No, do it. Wait, what? Okay,
What?
cactus is very cute,
I
question
guess.
mark. Oh my God, where did you get one of those? Those vintage, okay. The idea that she not only got some redstone, sculpted it to look natural, and then installed it with a live cactus, but also went and acquired a vintage, gas pump to, put there? I don't believe it at all.
Yeah, well, she's working with money she doesn't have, right?
I like this one best, except for
Just-
it makes no sense because there's no car there, so cactus it is.
Like
cars
cars down
visually-
here.
I know, but this isn't a gas station, this is a bus stop.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I find it charming because
Aye.
retro-wise, that gas pump looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
Functionally, it makes no sense there.
You know
And-
what also bothers me though? That gas pump, that vintage gas pump that you're like, I went to all this effort of getting, I didn't restore it. It actually
Nope.
looks sort of beat up.
And it will continue to rust out because it's not sealed
Treated,
properly. Unless what you did was you're like, okay, I love the shabby, unrestored look of it. So what I did was I got them to basically, all of the rust on there is faux rust that is artistically created and then sealed in place. But holy shit, why?
Yeah, no kidding.
Finally, it's cute.
Thank goodness you were here to save the day.
I appreciate him being so supportive.
And also, this is a little disorienting, but that's okay, because suddenly we're just sort of leaning at him going, yes, let's be adorable and fluffy, and it's fine.
Well, and there is a level, again, of just... Sometimes the dialogue seems to really bounce around tonally, but also in focus of going, that's very us, isn't it? And then suddenly it's, yep, you are the champion of cute.
Yep, and then you go, what happened to this game? Well...
Heavy hangs the head that wears the tiara.
Oh, God.
What does that mean? Is that a quote from something?
Yes, that is...
Because that sounds like a quote.
That is heavy hangs the head that... What was it again? I have to look it up, because I'm like, I know what it is. My
Okay.
brain's like, I don't remember
Something
what it's from.
that starts happening to you as an adult, or that has happened to me, is the more media you get into that uses quotes, the more you recognize the sound of a quote when you hear one. And I appreciate that this, and there's also like some, I guess structural informants here of going, they've used several quotes so you can expect quotes, but also a level of feeling it.
It actually is a misquote of the line, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. It's actually from Shakespeare's play Henry the Fourth, Part 2.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, which makes sense. I'm like, it's been a misuse for a while, so that doesn't surprise me.
Okay, but it's a Shakespearean quote, so there we go.
Yes.
Cool.
Haha!
And that's it, he doesn't respond at all.
Nope.
Alrighty then, well, I guess that's a thing. Alright, well, we're gonna make car flower bed.
Perfect!
You know what? That almost sounds like hand hook door.
It kinda does!
Make car flower bed.
Make car flower bed. Car hook hand.
We need dirt.
Eat
your dirt.
Yeah. You can hear, eat your dirt, children.
It's dirt, children.
Dirt. Dirt we got. Have you looked around?
No, I
At
think
all?
that's soil. I mean, that's earth. I mean, do you think? And flowers.
I'm
Which-
still disappointed about you disliking the cacti.
Yeah, because
Like-
those are really quality, nice cactus in there. And honestly, if I were doing a bed out of that, if I were like a, gardening refurbisher, if you were, okay? Because I have seen some people who do like plant rescue and stuff like that, where they'll buy a plant that is poorly potted and attended to or set up in a way that that plant would naturally function, but is, sold attractively at, a grocery store or something.
Right.
And they're going, here's how you actually want to deal with, say, an orchid, which doesn't normally have soil, that kind of thing. And they'll do like root rescue and then repotting or replanting or replacing into a way that is very healthy for that plant.
Right.
Also things removing root rot and such. I would get into that hood and dig out all the stuff that I consider to be weeds, figure out what the hell those cacti are attached to, and then what their root structures need, and then plan the flower bed / garden around those two magnificent things. Because those are really healthy cactus, but I would also be afraid if they've been growing in really indirect sunlight, they're going to be at risk for sun scorch, going directly out into direct sunlight after so long. So you'd really want to introduce them slowly to the idea of direct sunlight. My friend and I worked on that this year when we were doing a garden for the first time, because I've never really had an opportunity to do gardening since I left my house, like my mom's house when I was younger.
Right.
And so this year I was like, friend, you are my roommate. Do you want to do this with me? And my friend was like, sounds messy. We'll do it. Anyway.
Sure.
Anyway, and so there's this thing of starting plants indoors in most parts of the country because, you know, you don't have enough of a growing season to really get where you want to get. And so there was this once they're ready to go outdoors. If you don't have a lot of light that came in to be direct sunlight on them while they were indoors, you just slowly introduce them to it. Otherwise, they get scorched.
And they can actually die pretty easily from it,
Like
too.
real damn
It's
fast.
like aggressive. It's just aggressive sunburn.
It is. It's
sucks.
real bad sunburn. In the same way that you need to reintroduce yourself to the sun if you've been working, like, say, a night shift or been inside all winter. Because otherwise, the first time you go out, you just, like, burned to a crisp.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all of that would be a thing to consider. Save the cactus, address their situation, plan your flower bed around them, and reintroduce them to the sun slowly so they don't die.
Yes.
And that's my gardening tip for the day.
Yeah, good job.
And flowers.
Flowers we got.
I mean, it's true, we do. But do we have a lot that we want to, like, uproot, split, and move over to here?
I really hope he actually comes up with some ideas of his own, because what I'm hearing here right now is her going, I have all these things, him. I will support you unconditionally with no input of my own. I will just be here. I will be here to react to whatever you say, but I really have no strong opinions on anything myself.
Well, I was going to say, and it doesn't even feel like support you so much as just, yep, agree with you.
That could be just passive support, basically, is what I was thinking. Like,
I suppose.
Yeah. And
I was going to say, but, like, it's not so much that he lacks opinions as it feels like he lacks interest. Like you going, this thing,
yeah.
that thing,
You bet.
that other thing.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, and it's not like, again, there's this lack of engaging with each other's interests. And a big car. I make her flower bed.
Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, he does not, like...
Okay.
I know sometimes with some people with their relationships, you acknowledge that there are things you just...
Oh, we are refurbishing the entire car according to these photos. And that is a huge ass thing. And if we are doing that, I want Luke to be excited about sanding this and painting this and redoing the outside of it. Because that would be amazing. I kind of want to, like, I don't like the dead grass look on all of this.
Yep, it's a little...
But I kind of want to keep the
cactus motif? Yeah.
All right, so...
Like, honestly, I was a little confused why they got rid of it, but...
Or we're going to fix up the car separately, and they just picked that illustration cut out, because they did them in a different order in the mock-ups.
Right.
Like, because the car didn't change, so...
Yeah, I don't... Gotta say, I wasn't totally sold on this idea when you first suggested it, but I dig it. Again, that's sort of just like, yeah, all right, I can live with it, you know? Like, I'm just not, I understand, again, what I was going to say is that sometimes you're just with friends and they're just really enthusiastic about something that you're not really that enthused about, and you don't need to be. It's not required. They're just, you guys are friends, and you guys can support each other, and that could just look like being like, hey, it makes you happy, man, why not?
Again,
you know?
We're critiquing their relationship specifically from a this is intended to be a romance point of view. And not from a these are two people hanging out being acquaintances or learning to be friends, because that'd work way better for me.
Yes.
Like if this is two people getting to know each other as friends, I'd be like, right on board, that's fine.
Yeah, well, because as far as we can tell, and we've mentioned this in other episodes, they really still don't know each other, and they mostly seem to be friends. Like, very, very basically baby friends. They have started out on the journey towards friendship and deepening experiences, but I wouldn't necessarily call that romance.
They've taken the first of the journey of 1,000 steps.
Yes.
All right. He digs it. That's good.
You gotta let me paint the thing now. I know I care about it.
Because me sanding this and painting this and refurbishing it is not going to be at all obstructed in any way or made more challenging by doing the garden and the hood first. Okay, dudes.
Your priorities are so out of whack.
1, take all the shit out of the car that you don't want in the car. 2, figure out what the hell you want to do with the car body and the physical car itself.
Yep.
3, then plan for the internals or decorations of the car. And honestly, her structuring of her other behaviors has been way more like that. She sets the environment first and then does your decorative flowers at the end. So this feels even out of order for their own method of planning, which the game has taught us so far.
Yeah,
Not that she's
yeah.
not completely consistent with
Yeah.
it, but there is a level of decorations, cuteness, and flowers go last.
Yeah.
Let's decorate it. And in this case, since the car is a structure, the way like the castle was a structure,
yeah.
or the way like the pavilion is a structure,
yeah.
then you don't decorate the structure. Like she may lay flower beds before she fixes the ground underneath them, but there's differences. Like all the structures, she doesn't put the flowers on them before she replaces the structure for the most part, and maybe universally.
Perhaps.
All right.
Perhaps.
Hey, have at it, but make it glorious. Can't forget about the glory level. I also, you are going to be putting a lot of money into this, and I appreciate that you may just enjoy sanding and painting and refurbishing this, but if you replace things like the headlights and the tires, or like, you know, the
windowsill, or
I was going to say the antenna, the front windshield doesn't actually look damaged to me. I would say, but anything...
It's really dirty, though, and you might not be able to get rid of basically the warping on the glass.
It might be scratched or something. Anyway, but it's like, if you replace any of this, that is a reasonable amount out of pocket to help her with a decoration, and I find that to be a much higher level of personal investment.
Yeah.
Than, you know, just helping out.
Just a bit.
Because unless, again, she's... Oh my god, that looks amazing. Do not repaint the car with spray paint, okay? Let's not.
Yes, actually, if you don't know, it's not just spray paint. Holy cow, the process of actually repainting cars is a pretty intense one sometimes.
I say there often are several layers and sealer and coatings and things. Like, I've never done it, but I have seen people do, like, on car shows and stuff like that, where there is a level of, like, priming it, then painting it, then putting on, like, either a gloss or glitter coat, or that your paint itself is multiple layers to create the experience that you want, and then there's the sealer on top, and sometimes a couple layers of sealer, depending on how you're doing it.
Yeah.
So again, like, big project.
Yeah. This place is not made for heels.
I see.
I despise it.
Should it be? I don't think the entire garden's made for heels.
Just
to be honest, with all the cobblestones and the various, like, mediums for the ground and, like, the tiling, I don't think any of it's made for heels.
I know.
Potentially, the party zone dance floor is totally fine for heels.
Yeah, but
'Cause
that's
it's a wooden
assuming
floor.
you can get there, though.
Right? Going down
falling.
all the wooden steps and things.
Yeah, this is not very, very friendly towards, you know, a lot of people.
We can repair the walkway, I'm sure.
Wait.
There's
a what? What?
Hang on.
What? Oh my god.
That is destroyed.
Why is it all freaking what is with the I'm
what
so
is with
disappointed.
we're gonna specifically cultivate grass between the seams of this as we install it. Also you're saying just that one little bus stop isn't made for heels. That was your complaint? Why would you ever do this, though? The specifically cracked and destroyed ground?
Honestly, it's all really terrible.
This
like,
doesn't
they're
look
just like,
like it.
let's install it, and it's already faded and decaying and disappearing into the landscape around the edges. See all the dirt and the dust?
Yeah, I don't know. This one's probably my like, it doesn't feel like it fits, but I like it the most. Because, like, that of completely being covered, but old style concrete, I don't know. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Sure, it hurts me though.
But, like,
with all the grass.
specifically planting grass in between your paving stones to get that look feels weird as hell.
Yep. Seems strange.
See? Heel worthy. Except for those are pretty big gaps based on the size of your shoes, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom, what do you know about Leonard Ritchie? I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately.
Oh, not too much, I don't think.
What if you do think?
Leonard and Arthur were best friends ever since they were kids. Their parents were business partners, but the boys were more like brothers.
Because with your brother, you totally carve your name in a tree. Oh, sorry, that was their uncles or whatever.
Maybe I don't know. We're trying to figure out going, were they dating?
Like Whomst was dating Whomst, and back in the day, like, also the generational thing of going, okay, so that was your great uncle's dad that's carved on the tree and someone else. I guess?
That seems a little weird, though, that everybody has exactly the same starting letters. Not that people don't do that, because they go, I need to pass down my name. It's really important. But, you know, when it comes to women, go fuck yourself. But my name! Billy Bob Johansen III! I'd had to keep it 12 years in a row.
Okay, so my family has a naming tradition where the boy that is born first gets the same first name that's gone on for 4 generations now, but they go by their middle name. So there's a series of boys. I'm not going to call my family name out, my relatives and stuff like that. But there's a series of men, brother, dad, grandpa, great grandpa, kind of thing, that all have the exact same first name, and their whole lives they went by their middle names, which were all different. So on paper, they all have the same first and last name, and it's kind of funny.
And also, again, to me, I'm just like, if you just keep track of people, you don't need to carry on a name.
I have never had a connection to carrying on a family name.
Neither have I.
Honestly, I don't know if it's a result of like being a girl and being less connected to the patriarchy. I don't know.
Or not
But
connected to it in that way.
Right,
You're
right.
definitely connected to it.
Well, you're affected by it. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, but I was just never really feeling like particularly in touch with that tradition. Like it was there and okay, but my brother had it, so maybe he felt closer to it. I've never asked him about it. Anyway, so that, like brothers, they were totally like brothers.
2 bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Okay, 2 bros chilling in a hot tub, 6 feet apart because proper social distancing. That's what I say.
Anyway, they clearly had some kind of falling out, but around the time of this photo, they were still friends.
That photo that we're talking about now, 2 steps later.
Uh-huh.
Seems like you know quite a bit about him based on that,
And
even
also,
though you've said I don't know much about him. Could you just spill? Just do it.
Right?
Spill more.
Fine. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys, though, then, for joining us. If you like what we
Absolutely.
do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also please feel free to share our videos if you're having a good time with us.
Yay.
Also, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. I've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!